ami amero abwe bada tulipo ami amero abwe bada oro awafo mi bwe bada jopa kufu ma uribe owawa akwando komisa kuro trabuge awaye wakono
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Urhobocast with Onos Chanoms at Urhobocast.com. Joining me today is the father of Urhobo, one of the people who is championing the Urhobo cause in the UK. His name is Chief Philip Emagbetere. You are welcome to Urhobocast, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. This is Urhobocast. It is a podcast that was primarily set up to discuss Urhobo issues in the UK and also in the diaspora as a whole, to discuss issues about Urhobo, politics, culture, just the way of life of Urhobo people, which is essentially everything Urhobo. And this has been going on for the past 6 months. And by the grace of God, we have been able to discuss so many issues. But I'm very, very pleased today that you are able to take this time to speak to us. Now, I know a little bit about you, but the most important thing that I know is that right now, you and a group of people are championing the Urhobo cause in the UK to make sure that Urhobo people have a single voice in the UK. And the main fact that that is taking place, that is going on and is being championed by yourself and, you know, a few of your most trusted friends is a great thing in the Urhobo community. First of all, I want to commend you for the work that you have been doing all this while. Thank you very much, sir, because I think that Urhobo people in the UK owe you a great deal of gratitude for what you have been doing so far. Now, for today, we are going to be discussing what has been going on as far as the work you have been doing are concerned. From what I know, what you're championing is the unity of Urhobo people. So, if I may ask, sir, why should the Urhobo people unite in the UK?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, it's my pleasure to appear in your program. It's really a privilege for me and honor for me to be called upon to appear in your program today. This is the kind of program I think that would be good for all Urhobo people. I think that this maybe a forum to let other Urhobo people know what is actually happening within the community. Now, going back to your question.
Yes, sir.
Why Urhobo Unity?
Yes.
I mean, I think it's obvious for everybody to understand that as a people, especially being away from home, there's the strong need for us to live as one.
Yep.
To be able to act and, bring ourselves together, to identify ourselves, to bring our children together. Most of us don't even know who we are.
That's correct.
The only way we can know who we are, the only way we can bring the children, our children we are born here, the only way for them to identify themselves is for us to be united. And this is why it is very important that Urhobo, especially here in London, we must be united to, if nothing else, to be identified as one.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. That is very, very true and very, very correct, because I have actually had incidents where, you go to a place and you say that you are a Nigerian and people immediately think that you are either Yoruba or you are Igbo. And from what you have said, having one strong Urhobo with one voice should be able to tell the world out there that there is a people that is called the Urhobo people of Nigeria. Yeah, so I quite agree with you there. Going forward, it is no longer anything hidden that there are so many questions in the Urhobo community today, and question of divisions here and there, and now there is a strong need for unity of Urhobo. Now, what have people like you and maybe others before you done essentially in the UK for there to be this unity that you just talked about?
I think for people who follow the affairs of Urhobo and Urhobo people within the United Kingdom for the past few years, they will know that various people, they've tried to see what it can do to bring all of us together. But have they succeeded in what they tried to do? And if not, why have they not succeeded? I think personally, anybody who have tried, I would give them credit. Even thank them for trying in the first place.
Yes.
Because if you do not try, you never know whether you will succeed.
There will not even be a platform for others to carry on.
Yes. For me, I have been at the center of this, although this is the first time that I'm playing a prominent role. I'm using my position as the president of Council of Urhobo Chiefs to see whether I can influence what happens, whether I can bring other people along. Because the task ahead of us is not just going to be one person, but the task for everybody. We need people to be able to bring everybody together. We need key people from key areas to work with everybody else to see whether we can bring ourselves together.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, that brings me to the question of the collaboration between the Council of Urhobo Chiefs and the heads of kingdoms. Sir, can you just throw a little light of how that actually emerged, how it came about?
Okay. I became the president of Council of Urhobo Chiefs last May. And one of the tasks I set for myself is to try to bring unity into Urhobo and the United Kingdom. So the first thing I did was to speak to the members in the general meeting to seek their permission, because I couldn't do it without their permission. Otherwise, people are going to accuse me of doing things that wasn't authorized or beyond my powers as the president of Council of Chiefs. So the first thing I did was to seek the permission of the members to allow me to go forward. But going forward, as I said previously, I need people who are actually going to do this work. And for me, there are no better people to do it than the various presidents of clans. Because as we know, Urhobo is divided into, I think it's 23 kingdoms, if I'm right.
24, actually.
And most of them are active here. And most of them have their own president, which means we have our little group of people, clans. And these clans are being ruled or led by individuals. So I feel that if I can get these individuals, the clan heads on board, the clan head can talk to the people, explain what is happening, explain to them the need for all of us to be united. Now that is why I went to meet the clan head. Put the responsibility in their hands. Let them go and speak to their people, talk to your people, explain to your people the need for all of us to be united. And so far, we are making progress. Obviously, there's one or two people that may not like what we do for obvious reasons.
Mm.
This is not the time to criticize anybody, but those who are not, who have any doubt as to what we do, they have their own personal reason. But I can tell you, majority of Urhobo are in support of what we are doing. Now, if I may jump to go, we've had several meetings. I've been speaking with the clan, and I get to know them as individuals. They are determined that we are going to work to ensure that Urhobo is truly united. When we talk about Urhobo unity or united, what are we really looking for? We're looking for a foundation. We're looking for leaders, and I'm hoping that the meeting we're going to have on the 24th of April will be the opportunity for all Urhobo people to come forward, both young, especially the youth, because we need them on board.
Okay.
Well, actually, they have more at stake than people like us. So we need the youth to come forward. We need everybody to come forward to tell Urhobo people what we want. Because this time we want to speak in one voice. And once we are able to speak in one voice, once we listen to each other, I have no doubt that the foundation that we are looking for, because that is what, to me, that is what has been missing from the Urhobo community. We have not had a very good foundation. If we have a very good foundation, then Urhobo will be forever united.
Yes, I agree on that point. But from what you have said, it's like you actually have a very strong belief in the Urhobo people. Even though, like you said, there are people who are not fully on board right now. Is it not a thing that there will be frustration at the end of the day when you don't actually see what you set out to achieve in the first place?
I don't think that they're going to be frustrated at the end of the day, because people who know me, once I set my mind to do something, I do it with all my heart. I have tried it in other places before, and it worked. And the feedback I'm getting not just feedback, but I'm getting encouragement for people pushing me to say, oh, well done, keep going. This is what we have been looking for. I'll tell you one positive thing that has occurred from what we're doing so far. Before now, the various clans, the president, they never had a meeting. Maybe this is what they call expo. I tell you something that is not known to the general public.
Yeah.
They've agreed that whatever happened after this process, the clan heads should have a kind of regular meeting where they will be meeting themselves to discuss the activities of Urhobo. So this is not just a one-off thing, bringing all the clan heads together. Bringing them together, they now realize that, oh, hold on a minute, we could have been doing more for Urhobo if we had this kind of association, which we never had. So that's a positive aspect. So that's not going to, I don't think there's going to be a disappointment. I know what you mean by being disappointed if we do not end up achieving what we set for ourselves. But this is the beginning. There's positive things coming out of it already. No one is bigger than the community.
Agreed.
Once Urhobo people say, yes, this is what we want to do, I'm sure everybody else will follow. So I'm looking for the positive things to happen from now on.
Yes.
So I don't anticipate any disappointment or anything like that.
Yeah. So, sir, you talked about a meeting that is going to be taking place. Is it an Urhobo Congress where people can come and air their views in a very civilized manner, will it be such that people are free to say what they have in their minds? And after talking of the day, what do you actually hope that this meeting will achieve?
Well, definitely, this is going to be an open forum, a forum from everybody to speak their mind. But saying you're coming there to speak your mind doesn't mean you're coming there to criticize anybody. You're coming there to abuse anybody. That is not speaking your mind. What we're looking for is how do we make Urhobo greater? So if anybody who has any idea of how to make Urhobo greater, please come forward and air it. We do not want people to come and start to criticize past leaders, say bad things about past leaders. Anybody who's put themselves forward to play a role in Urhobo activity, we need to congratulate those people. I thank them for what they've done.
So far, yes.
We're not coming there to criticize anybody. Let me just say, this is not a UPU meeting.
Yes.
Because I know people will be thinking that, are we setting up another UPU? Or this is not setting up another UPU at all. This is not a UPU meeting at all. And I'm hoping that when we come on the day, I would explain to people why I said this is not a UPU meeting. This is Urhobo General meeting, which means every Urhobo person is entitled to attend this meeting, entitled to put their view forward. And at the end of the day, Urhobo people should be able to say, right, from now on, this is what we want. Could it be better than that? If it is a club, UPU, then whatever we say will be limited to people who belong to that club. But this is not it. This is all for Urhobo people. That is why I am hoping that people who have the interests of Urhobo in mind should come on the day. And please do come with positive things to say, to talk about Urhobo.
Okay, thank you very much for that, sir. My next question essentially was to ask that how can we then progress from this kind of meeting? Is there a sense that after this particular meeting, there is going to be something similar taking place in the nearest future?
Yes. What happened after the 24th of
April?
24th of April depends on the outcome. Don't forget, we are embarked on a journey. This journey, the ultimate aim is for us to be united. And be united, meaning that we need to have set up leadership. This journey should lead us to electing those we think should be our leaders. Then we will set up a good structure that would do not waste our time talking about unity anymore. We'll be talking about progress. But right now we'll be bogged down by, we're not united. Everywhere you go, Urhobo is not united, Urhobo is divided. So we don't really have time to talk about the progress of Urhobo. Hopefully, this will bring an end to talking about division within Urhobo, and then we'll start to talk about progress of Urhobo. Now, I did say that this is not a UPU meeting, but I also do know that the leadership of UPU at the moment, they, as we all know, they have at least two factions.
Yes.
And they are supposed to be finishing their term by the end of August. So ultimately, we should have leadership in place who would take over. It could be the same people who been re-elected.
Yeah.
But the crucial issue here is that election must be by all Urhobo and for all Urhobos. It's not just by a few people for all Urhobo. No, this time it should be by all Urhobo people for all Urhobo people, because it is the interest of Urhobo we are talking about. So the ultimate aim, go back to your question, is to have leadership in place that will take over the affairs of Urhobo from end of August.
Yeah, thank you very
and
much.
Figure cross will do it.
Thank you very much, sir. I also share in that optimism. But there's one crucial issue, sir, that I would like to raise with you, and that is the question of the youth. So far, the youth, which I'm a bit part of, so to speak, when it comes to when you take the categorization of youths, as far as Urhobo and Nigeria is concerned, I somehow fall in within that bracket. So far, there is a feeling among us that we are not being carried along, because as you were talking, you made mention of several meetings that you have actually had. Is there a sense that the youth have been left aside, or there is something that have been that is on the pipeline for them?
This question of the youth not being carried along, I would probably put the blame squarely on the shoulders of the youth. Now, the leaders of tomorrow, a leader of tomorrow would be identified today.
Yes.
Among the youth, by now, they should be playing active role. Although they might not be the leader, but people will identify them from now to say, this is a potential leader. It's very important that these youth are carried along. Right? That is why I said the youth must come, and we encourage them. They should feel, I'm too young, or if I say something, somebody's going to tell me, keep quiet, or whatever. Or if I bring my own idea, no one is going to
buy into it.
It's for me, it's very easy. We have a general objective. Now, you have general objective, but from the general objective, you have individual objective. The individual objective will match up with the general objective. If not, if you don't have general objective, then the individual objective cannot work.
Agreed.
We know that, yes, this is what we want to do. So people will bring in their ideas, and then from there, you build the whole. But yes, the youth is very, very, very important. They are more active than the elders. They are more knowledgeable. Even now, you talk about the modern times, talk about technology. Some of us, we don't even know what to do with technology. So we need this youth to come forward to show us what technology could do to help us.
To actually lead the way.
So we definitely need to bring this youth along, and they should not feel left out. In fact, they should not leave themselves out.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I would not conclude this important interview, a very eloquent one at that, without actually asking you a few questions about yourself. Can you just generally tell us a little about yourself and how you came to this particular stage that you are now?
Well, talking about myself, I wish I don't really particularly like to do. I'd rather people talk about myself. As you know, everybody knows, generally, I'm a Urhobo man from Bo Kingdom and also from Agbaro, married with 3 children. I'm a chief. Currently, I'm still working. I work with the local government council my own local government council and London Borough of Meeting.
Mm.
So I don't know what more you want me to talk about myself. If not, I'll let people talk about me.
People do the talking. Okay. Yeah, I think we should leave it here today, sir. I want to thank you so very much for this opportunity you have given Urhobocast to speak to you this evening. As a matter of fact, I have been thinking about this, how this would pan out and how I can actually get you to talk to us. And the difficulty that I was thinking that I was going to get, I didn't see at all. Thank you very much for this very opportunity. Thank you for talking to us. I hope that when we call you some other times to talk about other issues, because there are so many issues that have to do with Urhobo that we're trying to put to the fore. So
you're welcome. It's my pleasure to be of any help that I can to the Urhobo people. But before you go, I just want to say something to your viewer, your listener, that I need every help I can get.
Okay.
Because it is not a one-man battle. This is a battle for every Urhobo person. We all have equal stake in Urhobo affairs. So please, I appeal to everybody to put our hands on deck to make sure we make Urhobo great. We should be proud of ourselves. We want to go to places and say, oh, this is an Urhobo man. I'm sure all our children will be very, very happy if they can identify themselves. I'm sure some people might argue, oh, but we're already doing it, but we need to do much more. So I beg every Urhobo person, man, woman, old and young, to please do their little bit. You never can tell what your little contribution can make.
Yes.
You probably think that, oh no, I'm not doing anything. Even by coming on the day, on the 24th, you've made a contribution.
Yes.
So please, that is my plea to everybody.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. As a matter of fact, Urhobo, you have heard it off from Chief Philip Emagbetere. At least we should be privileged that we have people like you, people like yourself, who are ready to champion the cause of Urhobo people. So it is over to you, Urhobo, and it is over to you, the youths of Urhobo. So come 24th of April, all way lead to the Urhobo meeting. It is
by the way, the address.
The address, I think it's in All Saints, isn't it?
Yeah, it's All Saints.
Okay.
It's for 4:30 to about 8 o'clock.
Okay.
8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. So we have plenty of time to put our heads together.
Yes. So you have heard it all. 24th of April at All Saints, Old Kent Road, New Cross.
Right,
yes. Everybody, leave whatever you are doing on the day to attend this very important meeting. As a matter of fact, even if you don't contribute, at least you will hear the contribution from every quarter. And I'm just believing that each one of us that attend will take one or two things home as far as Urhobo is concerned. So once again, thank you very much, Chief, for this very important interview. And we, the youth, we are actually yearning. We are warming up to actually attend, because essentially we also want our voices to be heard as far as this Urhobo matter is concerned, because like you said, all Urhobos are stakeholders, and we must try as much as possible to pilot this ship so that at least our children who are coming behind can be proud of whatever legacies. So again, I want to thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be on your program.
Thank you very much, sir.
And thank you for what I talk about people making their contribution. This is a very contribution towards making Urhobo great. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
People